What's up? It's Marco, Sage Soccer, and Brazil are moving on to the quarterfinals in dominant fashion. They beat South Korea 4-1, and honestly could have been a lot more if they really wanted to push it. Great performance by Brazil, and they were able to get most of their players off early, get a good rest for all of them, even subbed on their third string goalkeeper to make sure everybody had an appearance this tournament. But yeah, just an amazing win. A couple of goals in the first half. You had Rafinha had a great run to find Vinicius for the opener. Richarlison had a great effort to win a penalty. Just got in front of a South Korean player who was about to clear it. Neymar converted that. Then Richarlison scored himself with like an amazing goal. He had a lot of headers, just keeping it up in the air before he passed it to the two center backs, Thiago Silva and Marquinhos, who combined to let him into the penalty box where he got another one. And lastly, Vinicius had a great cross, lifted up in the air. Luis Paqueta hit it with a volley. Like, dominant win for Brazil. Just a great performance, though. South Korea, I think they had a decent tournament themselves. I don't think they actually had a great group stage, but they were able to come through with a lot of results going their way, and I think that they can look back with a little bit of pride. Even though they got crushed today, like their goalkeeper Kim Sung-gu, like he had a good game today. It's nice to see Kim Min-jae come back into the fold. Like I think he's a really good center back for Napoli, and he seems like he might be a late bloomer. I'd expect him to be here in 2026 as well. Park Sung-ho, like really great goal. Lee Hang Jin or Lee Hang. God, I can't talk. Sorry. The Wolves striker had a really good game, and good tournament. Had that one goal, and Son obviously like great player. Like obviously he's dealing with an injury right now. He still helped the team through to the knockout round. And honestly, he could very easily be here in 2026. I mean, South Korea, they're not going to be rushing to replace him. You know, we'll have to see how good he still is at that point, but I think we can expect him to be there. I think South Korea, then they have Lee Kang-in, who's going to be promising, who's a promising player. He's been promising for a while. You want that to turn into really good results with Mallorca in Spain, but he does look like a good player, and I think South Korea has reasons to be optimistic. Then Brazil, just a great performance today. I think everybody had a really strong showing. I already mentioned all the forwards with some great performances. It's good to see Neymar back on the field as well. That was a crucial thing for them. Casemiro, really good in that defensive midfield role. I think he's really cementing his legacy with these tournaments and his job with Brazil. Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, solid at the back. That's a pairing that we know well. And then Militao, good job at right back. Danilo had to play left back, a bit out of position for him, but I thought he did well. And Alisson had a great game. Like, there's a universe where we would call this a man of the match performance because he's making a lot of really nice saves. Just overall, a great performance by him. Like, he is ready for this Croatia game. And Brazil, they're looking really good. Like, that attack is amazing. Richarlison's looking really good. Rafinha's making things happen. Vinicius is living up to his potential. And Neymar, now that he's back, I'm expecting him to be a real threat. Brazil have been my favorite to win the World Cup, and I'm sticking with them. I think they should be favorites in that game against Croatia. I like that Croatian defense. Garvidal is a really good defender, but man, you look at how good this Brazil attack is, and I really don't see Croatia being able to stop them. And as I mentioned earlier today, Croatia's attack has been looking really bad lately, and I like this Brazil defense. Alisson's been performing great. I'm struggling to see Croatia get a goal against them, and I don't see how Brazil doesn't score against Croatia. I think the midfield's going to be an interesting battle. Luka Modric is a great player. Brozovic, Kovacic, that's a great combination. Kovacic, something that I really like about him is back when he was at Real Madrid, they'd always use him to man-mark Messi. He was doing that role a couple of times. I think he could do that with Neymar, and I do trust Brozovic and Modric to be good enough in the midfield even without him. So it could be an interesting game. I think there is a chance that Croatia has a lot of the ball, but even if they do, that Brazil team on the counter is lethal. Obviously Croatia has a chance. They were runners-up at the World Cup last time for a reason, and they still have a core of those groups of players, and they might even be better in some ways, but Brazil are nothing but the favorites. So overall, South Korea, really good tournament. Going to be looking forward to seeing them again, especially with some of their players. They might be even better. We'll have to see how Son develops because he's their main guy, but I think he could still be good by the next World Cup. And honestly, the Asian Championships are going to be fun. I think all the teams are out right now. I think the only non-European or South American nation left is Morocco. So disappointing there after all the upsets, but it's looking like going to be a pretty normal quarterfinals. But yeah, really good performance by Brazil. I'm expecting them to win against Croatia. I'm really hoping we get to see Argentina Brazil in the semifinals. I've been looking forward to that match for a while. And yeah, so I'll top out. Really good job by Brazil today. And yeah, see you.